very warm welcome to all of you in this room here at our wonderful institute, as Roberto mentioned already, and also to those who are sitting in the virtual room. At the beginning, I would very briefly introduce myself. My name is Michael Moltz. I'm specialized in radiation biology, but also as a physician in clinical radiation oncology. I retired from the duty as a shareholder and director of clinic for radiation oncology at our university hospital in 2014. And since then, I'm the speaker of the Senior Excellence Faculty of our university. And I'm the director since a couple of years of this Institute for Advanced Study at Technical University of Munich. So again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Let me come first. I would like to say a few words regarding our institute. A couple of persons from your side know already about our mission and vision. However, I'd like to repeat. The TUM IAS offers opportunities for international scientists to conduct top-level interdisciplinary research exempt from teaching and administrative duties, risking creativity, whatever it means, and the development of pioneering research areas comprise the philosophy of the Institute. An explicit goal is to support scientists in shaping their careers and building successful international collaborations. And with its fellowship program, the TUM IAS brings scientists together on 3 levels: early career and experienced researchers, scientists from international research institutions and from Technical University of Munich, as well as academic and industrial researchers. Now, this is a slide which shows you the hard and software of our institute. On the left side, you see we have this wonderful building, as mentioned already several times. Of course, we have a budget and we have a small team, but a very good team, I think. Thank you also to my team, to our team here. You think you have good experiences with the team, Roberto. We think we are doing here excellent science. We are living a certain modus of socialities with at present 89 active fellows. And we are organizing a lot of events during the course of the year. And one of the events is a Today event. Mostly our fellows are cooperating with host professors at our university, and in a pretty high number of the fellowships they get also, in addition to prize money for doing the research, etc., etc., they get also money for a PhD student for a time period of 3 years for doing a defined or for performing a defined research, mostly interdisciplinary research project. And in this sense, at present, 84 focus groups are working at our institute. For example, you see here one of the focus groups is dealing with semiconductor surfaces, another one with visual computing. Here I show you the different fellowship lines. I will not go into details, but I would like to mention that I could organize during the last years that we are getting money from TÜV Süd. You mentioned that already, Roberto, and I'm very grateful to TÜV Süd that he is, let me say very briefly, sponsoring this new fellowship line, Philosopher in Residence. And I think it is very, very, very important to bring humanities together with natural sciences, engineering, life sciences, health sciences, etc., etc. So hardcore science and softcore science should come together. I can say so. And in this slide, you see that all the 7 TUM schools, we have changed the organization of our university during the last years. We left from the faculty system to a school system. Now we have 7 schools. You see here the 7 schools, and you see the fellows at our institute are located in the schools for the different research projects. And you see that, for example, the highest number of fellows, namely 23 fellows, is coming from the TUM School of Computation, Information and Technology. And Hans, I'm very grateful to you that you are here and that you have been willing to go into such an interdisciplinary cooperation between hard and soft core science, if I can repeat so. We have also high numbers of fellows coming from the TUM School of Engineering and Design, from TUM School of Medicine and Health, and from the TUM School of Natural Sciences. But I would like also to mention that we have fellows with the other schools, namely the TUM School of Management and the TUM School of Social Sciences and Technology. Stefania Centrone is professor of philosophy, is a full prof at the TUM School of Social Sciences and Technology. Now, when Roberto asked me to give a short introduction, I asked myself, what can I contribute as somebody who doesn't understand too much from this field of quantums, etc. But I have written down here a few questions which for me as a non-professional in the field are important questions. For example, I had the feeling, Klaus, you are our specialist with regard to the digital future, I think, especially when coming to artificial intelligence. I could learn a lot of you during the last years. However, I didn't learn enough, I think. However, what I learned by discussions with you, but also with other people from the Senior Excellence faculty, is that when coming to this digital and I think also to this quantum future, we finally should not consider this question in a too holistic way. My feeling is you have to come to different fields of applications, and then you can ask what is the future when coming to digital and quantum. And so I have listed here just a few fields which came into my mind, like automation, data saving, cyber-physical systems, robotics, internet, personal computer, mobile smartphones, social networks, and languages, models, and further development of ChatGPT and other models, search engines, and especially for me as a physician and as an oncologist, also software-based medicine. And so different fields of applications, that is my question. What is important, what is less important, etc. And a further aspect which is important for me, I mention again, a non-professional in the field, technology development of the digital and I have the feeling and quantum world in sense of hard and software is really very, very, very fast. And as we have Italian friends here, I would say it's even much, much faster than a Formula One Ferrari car, which is rather fast. And what does that mean, this high speed for the future of the global societies? So do we have hypotheses and scenarios which clarify the potentials and the risks of the developments? And coming to the duties of universities, I would like to ask the question, take universities' high-speed developments into account in teaching and research, do universities develop the necessary energy and activities? Are universities preparing the students in an appropriate way for the future professional life in techno-societies? And maybe these are questions which could be discussed in the future. You mentioned, Roberto, that we have to think about the future of this seminar series. I would be very happy if we could, or if you would have, if we could say in 10 years that Roberto with his colleagues at the TUM has established a tradition in this sense, and maybe in the upcoming years we can consider a few of those questions which I've been asking just now here. And I think that was my last slide, so thank you, and I hand over to Hans. Please, Hans.
First of all, when you presented this word quantumness, I thought again how important single letters are. If you exchange just one letter in the middle, you can come to quantumless or to quantum mess, which would both be also words which would be very, very interesting to discuss in the afternoon on. So ladies and gentlemen, dear quantum-infected colleagues, it's my great pleasure to be able to join you for your quantum afternoon today, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to say a few words. These days we frequently observe something I would call a culture of complaints, in particular in this country. And as a further evidence, people even complain about that culture of complaining and lamenting. In contrast to that, let me now state a few very clearly positive things. First, the instrument of a philosopher in residence is not only an excellent one, I would even call it necessary for a techie-driven institution that is TUM. The change of perspective, the horizon-widening way of looking beyond technology, but still keeping technology in the center. Reflections accompanying the technological impatience. All this can be enlightening, and not only from a theoretical point of view. Second, can there be any better, more to-date topical framework for one of TUM's first philosophers in residence than quantum technology? This field were first, a high intellectual complexity. Second, an undoubtedly huge technological potential. Third, almost unlimited expectations. I particularly like these questions, when can I do my tax declaration on a quantum computer? Fourth, a lot of mysticism. And fifth, a tedious pathway from theoretical insight to practical relevance meet. And this field, where quite significant public investments have been made recently, while still a lot of uncertainty is around. Good to have a philosophical augmentation. Third, we are all extremely happy and lucky that we get you, Roberto, for this role. I would call him an Italian whirlwind, who in a very short time got interaction with almost everyone here, and who really infected the TUM quantum communities. So that's interdisciplinarity at its best. And this seminar series, and particularly the program of this afternoon, reflects this interdisciplinarity perfectly. So my school, the School of Computation, Information and Technology, or briefly CIT, is now in its second year. Many important steps have been done. A lot of changes and adaptations are still on their way, and they will keep us busy for quite some time. Robert, you know what I'm speaking of. Such kind of a structural reshaping always entails also criticism. Nevertheless, thematically, I think the integration of mathematics, informatics, and electrical and computer engineering makes a lot of sense. This gets obvious when we look at some of today's so-called big topics: digitization, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. One could say that's all ours. And actually, quantum is somewhat ubiquitous in my school, with significant activities happening across all our disciplines and departments. From science to engineering, from theory to potential applications, from foundations to concrete algorithms, from hardware components to the software stack. Also from that perspective, the topic for the focus group, and particularly the wonderful people involved and being brought together, are most welcome at CIT. Therefore, I would like to express my gratitude in several directions. To my universities and the sponsors for investing into this endeavor. To the Institute for Advanced Study and you, Michael Molz, for offering the well-established fellowship environment. To Klaus Mainzer for the initiative. Before I came here, I had a brief look at an email you sent on December 23, 2022, so one day before Christmas Eve. And there you suggested me to join the team of hosts for this Philosopher in Residence. And you did it in such a convincing way that despite my current issues with time, I could not really say no, and fortunately I had no chance to say no. Thanks also to you, Roberto Giuntini, for filling this new role of a Philosopher in Residence with so much life, enthusiasm, commitment and of course competence. To Stefania Centrone for acting as Roberto's co-host. Well, interdisciplinarity is the flagship. And of course, to all of you for contributing to our focus group's success so actively. So enjoy the second quantum afternoon on the second quantum revolution. Thanks.